Hey guys, my name is Gabriela. I'm a junior visual arts major, theology minor, and I'm currently serving as the president of Catholic Life. And I'm just going to talk about some ways that the Lord loves you and loves me. I'm a very visual person, so these are all going to just be like thoughts that I've had and kind of like visuals to pray with. But yeah, so the first one, we'll start with the two simplest. The first one being, you know how if you like see a little kid tripping all over the place and kind of like very distracted and like moving on to things very fast, it's like kind of funny. I was thinking in prayer the other day of how like I'm very distracted, I'm very much all over the place, can't sit still, overall chaotic individual. And so I was like getting so frustrated with myself that I couldn't focus in prayer. And I was thinking, you know what, like the Lord is probably delighting in this. Like in the same way that I delight in a little kid being so silly and all over the place, the Lord is probably like, oh my goodness, like Gabriela, not this again. But like not getting frustrated with me or mad at me, but just like lovingly, just like drawing my attention back to him. And just being like, okay, like Gabriela, like this is so like good, like I'm so glad you're rejoicing in all these things, but like let's bring it back in and like let's rejoice together. And so instead of going from like thing to thing of like I have to do this thing, I have to do this thing, I need to text this person, it's like actually like let's sit with the Lord and then he will like equip me and like do it with me, and things are so much better when you do them with the Lord. Like highly recommend. So that's one image. The second one, so I have 3 younger brothers. The youngest one, I was 7 when he was born, and he's just like one of my best friends. But I was so excited when he was born that I don't know, I was like old enough that I could start taking care of him. I could start loving him well. And so whenever he would cry, I would get really excited because like, I don't know, there's just something so beautiful about getting to take someone who's so small and so sad and just love them and make them laugh and smile. And I was thinking like the Lord is the same thing for me, that like if I'm sad, he doesn't get mad at me for like being upset, but he actually just wants to come in and take care of me, and he's moved with that same pity and just like excitement of like I like get to take care of you. And I think that's really sweet because yeah, it's easy to like be frustrated with ourselves when we're sad, and to beat ourselves up for it, but the Lord actually like just wants to come in and take care of us and love us, and he delights in that. And then the last image is like if you take your heart and picture it as like a house, or in my case an apartment, you come into the living room. It's like, you know, my roommates here, they're very clean. We've got a little flower wall, got Jesus and like all the saints everywhere. And so people will come into our apartment and like they love it, I love it, but I don't very often invite the like people into my room, because my room, like I've got books everywhere, paper everywhere, it's like not clean, I don't make my bed. And I think it's very similar where like in my heart, it's so easy for me to invite the Lord into like this outer layer, into like all the beautiful, and thank him for all of these things that I'm rejoicing in, and like just be so happy about it. But it's so hard for me sometimes to take the Lord into like the messiness of my heart and ask him to help me with that. But that image made me think of when I was younger. There's one time I was sick, and I just remember my mom came in to bring me some food and medicine, and she saw what a mess my room was, and she was like, oh my goodness, like something needs to be done about this. So she came in and she cleaned my room for me while I was laying there sick. And the Lord does a similar thing where if you invite him into your heart, he like not only tends to the wounds on your heart and like helps you to heal from them, but he actually like everything going on in your life, like he helps you to sort it out, and he helps to strengthen you in all of those areas, and just overall like make your heart better and like make your life better. And I think that's such a gift that the Lord loves us in so many of those ways, and like he delights in getting to care for us and love us. Yeah, so I would just highly recommend that you just pray with how you can be like little and let the Lord come into like your littleness and your weakness and care for you, and just think of the ways that he can rejoice in that. And that, yeah, the Lord just like loves you so much, and I think like he rejoices in loving you, which is something I think I forget. I think it's so easy for me to be like, oh yeah, like God loves me, like that's cool. But like he's so intentional and so like personal in how he loves, and he delights in it, which is like the most beautiful thing in the world. So yeah, that's my little Saturday thought for you. I hope you guys have a good and restful weekend, and that your first week of Lent went well, and that your second week goes even better. And we're going to spring break this week, which is so silly, but so exciting. So yeah, I hope you guys have safe travels. Know that I'm praying for you. And if there's anything you need at all, just let me know. That's what I'm here for, and I delight in getting to love you. So yeah, have a good Saturday.